Greetings, everyone, and a warm welcome. This lecture has been designed by Dr. Shokeen Bilal. In this video presentation, I will discuss the topic relationship between objectives and outcomes in education. Let us try to understand learning objectives and learning outcomes. The relationship between objectives and outcomes in education is fundamental to the planning, implementation, and evaluation of instructional processes. Objectives serve as the foundation for designing educational experiences, while outcomes are the tangible results or achievements that students gain as a consequence of those experiences. The coherence and alignment between objectives and outcomes are crucial for effective teaching and learning. Here's a detailed exploration of the relations between objectives and outcomes in the context of education. Educational learning objectives. In the context of education, objectives refer to specific, measurable goals that educators set to guide the teaching and learning process. These objectives articulate what students should know or be able to do by the end of a particular instructional period. Well-crafted objectives provide a roadmap for designing curriculum, planning instructional activities, and assessing student progress. They play a crucial role in shaping the overall educational experience and are essential for effective teaching and learning. Here are key aspects and examples of educational objectives. 1. Specificity. Objectives should be clear and specific, leaving no room for ambiguity. They outline precisely what is expected to be accomplished. 2. Measurability. Objectives must be measurable so that educators can assess whether students have achieved them. This often involves the use of quantitative or qualitative indicators. 3. Relevance. Objectives should be relevant to the curriculum and aligned with broader educational goals. They contribute to the overall purpose and mission of education. 4. Attainability. Objectives need to be realistic and achievable within the given time frame and considering the student's abilities and resources available. 5. Time-bound. Objectives should have a specified time frame for achievement. This helps in organizing instructional activities and assessments effectively. Educational learning outcomes. In education, outcomes refer to the observable results or achievements that occur as a result of the teaching and learning process. These outcomes are the tangible evidence of what students have gained in terms of knowledge, skills, attitudes, or behaviors. Outcomes are crucial for assessing the effectiveness of educational programs, measuring student success, and informing future instructional decisions. Here are key aspects and examples of educational outcomes. 1. Observable achievements. Outcomes should be tangible and observable, allowing educators to assess whether students have met the intended goals. 2. Measurability. Similar to objectives, outcomes need to be measurable to determine the extent to which students have achieved the desired results. 3. Alignment with objectives. Outcomes should align closely with the stated objectives of a course or educational program. They provide evidence of whether the intended goals have been met. 4. Diversity of domains. Educational outcomes can encompass various domains, including cognitive, knowledge, psychomotor, skills, and affective, attitudes and values. 5. Long-term impact. Some outcomes may extend beyond immediate knowledge acquisition, reflecting the long-term impact of education on students' lives and future endeavors. Let us try to understand relationship between objectives and outcomes. 1. Setting clear and measurable objectives. Objectives in education should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART. For example, an objective could be for students to demonstrate proficiency in solving mathematical equations involving quadratic functions within 4 weeks. 2. Curriculum design and development. Objectives guide the development of curriculum materials and instructional strategies. For instance, if the objective is for students to understand the concept of photosynthesis, The curriculum may include interactive experiments and multimedia resources to support learning. 3. Instructional planning. Objectives inform the selection of teaching methods, resources, and activities. If the objective is for students to improve their writing skills, instructional planning may include peer editing sessions, writing workshops, and the integration of technology for enhanced practice. 4. Assessment alignment. Assessments should align with the stated objectives to measure student progress accurately. For a science objective related to understanding the water cycle, assessments might include diagrams, written explanations, or hands-on experiments. 5. Feedback mechanisms. Objectives are connected to ongoing feedback mechanisms. Teachers provide feedback based on assessments, enabling students to understand their strengths and areas for improvement related to the objectives. 6. Individualized learning paths. Objectives may be tailored to meet the diverse needs of students. In a language arts class, an objective related to reading comprehension might involve different texts and activities based on students' reading levels and interests. 7. Real-world application. Objectives often aim to prepare students for real-world challenges. For example, an objective related to developing critical thinking skills might be assessed through problem-solving tasks that mirror real-world scenarios. 8. Long-term educational goals. Objectives contribute to the achievement of long-term educational goals. If a broader goal is to enhance STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education, objectives might focus on improving students' understanding of foundational scientific principles. 9. Continuous improvement. Regular review of objectives and outcomes is essential for continuous improvement. If an objective is for students to grasp a historical concept, outcomes may prompt teachers to modify instructional approaches to enhance understanding. 10. Accountability and evaluation. Objectives and outcomes are integral to accountability in education. They provide a basis for evaluating the effectiveness of teaching methods, curriculum, and overall instructional practices. Thank you, everyone. If you're passionate about education and teacher training, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel Education and Teacher Education at Shokeen Bilal.